This is Sarcastaball. It is the 8th episode of Season 16 and the 231st overall episode of South Park, as it first aired September the 26th, 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SMB number 234. All right, let's get into it. South Park Elementary takes some steps this week to address the crisis that's happening in the National Football League, and that being concussions. So the boys, Butters and Randy, are watching a game of football on TV when Stan tells his father that South Park Elementary does not let them do kickoffs when they're playing football anymore because kickoffs are the most dangerous play in football. This pisses Randy off. So he goes to the PTA meeting, and then Randy sarcastically suggests that the players should just wear bras and tinfoil hats, and that there should be a balloon instead of a ball, and then the person who catches the balloon can run for the other player's hug, which he calls Sarcastaball. And Mr. Mackey goes, "Oh, do you think the children will like that? Okay." And
to be fair, Matt, have you seen? I mean, it is the most brutal play in all of sports. I'm not saying they should take it out. I'm just saying the kickoff is. It's literally two lines of giant humans sprinting at each other as fast as they can.
Definitely. I definitely agree. It's just funny here, of course, Randy being so sarcastic and Mr. Mackey taking his suggestions so seriously. And it's at this point now, Randy becomes the head coach of this new sport, of the new elementary Sarcastaball team. However, this sport is going to become quickly popular. It's going to replace football, and eventually it's going to thrust Randy into the NFL as the head coach of the Denver Broncos. So we start off here with an NFL game, and so that way they can, of course, reference the examples of the barbaric nature that is the NFL kickoff.
Artonius Jackson catches the ball. He's running down the sideline. Oh! Did you see that hit?
That's freaking Randy. He's so stoked.
It's exciting. It's an exciting play. They designed it just for us Americans.
I know, right? Did you see that hit?
Boom! Jackson stopped at the 45, and he is slow to get up. That was a great hit, boys. Remember that at practice tomorrow. Yeah, Jackson took a real shot, and I'm not sure what he's doing now, but it appears as though he's looking for his keys, Dan. Yeah, and that doesn't make a lot of sense, because ever since his concussion in 06, he doesn't even have a license. Coach Martin's coming over to tell him that now, but Jackson appears to think he's in a car driving home. Well, during this timeout, we're happy to be joined by the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. Commissioner, a lot of hoopla about concussions this year in the NFL. How's the league handling all that?
So, of course, this was, as they're referring to there, and you can hear them allude to, this was when the NFL was getting some huge pushback on their concussion programs and whatnot. Former NFL players suing the NFL. Eventually did settle on a huge settlement, but that was, of course, due in part to the fact that the NFL did not help the NFL players while playing football and then post-football from the, I guess it would be the 60s, 70s, all the way up until the 2000s. With any post-medical like symptoms that they received from playing in the NFL. Of course, some players talked about being put back into the game or putting themselves back into the game when they know they shouldn't have been in the game because they had a concussion. Right?
Well, it's money, man. Like they start a lifestyle and then it's like they're injured. They're told to make a decision on whether or not they're going to keep their job or not. They're not thinking clearly, and they're like, "All right, let's go play again." Stressful decision whether or not to make money for your family or not. They just jump right back into it. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It talks.
It talks, and it sometimes helps you walk.
Well, there certainly are interesting statistics coming out, Dan, and we are deeply concerned and waiting to see if there's really any direct correlation between football and head trauma.
Oh, and it looks like some of the NFL alumni are taking the field now. There's all-pro safety Martin Gregors, and fullback Jim Harris. Looks like his pants are down around his ankles. Somebody should let him know. Oh, and old surehand Mike
They bring out the NFL players who they're clearly making fun of having concussion syndrome and can barely do anything. Go ahead.
I actually want to point out the part of it was that actually so a lot of guys would lose their health insurance if they left the team. That's where their health insurance lied. So like that's where they got their treatment was from the team. As you know, I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I will say I found out recently they have a player on their roster just so that they can pay for his health insurance, but he doesn't actually play for him, but
Right.
they do have him signed to several $1 million contracts so that he can still get medical benefits. So good on the Dodgers. This is fucking funny. The NFL players walking around.
Phil,
Oh, what a
who seems
circus.
to be baking an imaginary cake, Dan. Yeah, not sure if that's meant to be a cake or perhaps a loaf of bread, but he definitely thinks he's baking something.
Even okay, so as you know, even as a head trauma, and put it in air quotes, victim, because I wouldn't call myself that, but even to me, this is fucking funny.
Look, just the look at I got it on mute here, but just the look on his face there as he pulls this out, and he's like, when he smells it and whatnot.
That's so funny.
He's all excited about the bread.
Part of me wishes that happened to me, Matt. If you don't know, I actually got hit in the head with a baseball in sports. I probably said it in a past episode, but doesn't matter. That's still funny.
So
That's funny.
Here's him explaining to Randy now they don't have the kickoff anymore.
I just don't get football. Guess that's why I suck at it.
You don't suck at football, Butters. You suck at all sports.
That's true. Oh, Eric tells me I should work at a Thai massage parlor. I'm so good at sucking.
That's right, Butters.
Old Eric tells me I'm so good at sucking, I should work at a Thai parlor. Isn't that right, Eric? That's right.
Oh yeah, get it, Butters.
And with that, the Browns are ready to kick it off back to the Broncos. All right, here you go, boys. Watch them on the kickoff, all right? Special teams are the most important plays.
We don't have kickoffs anymore.
Huh?
The school said they're the most dangerous place, so they don't have us do them anymore.
Wait, whoa! What the
Fucking Randy. He's so offended that they got rid of the kickoffs. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I don't know how much that would fly. You know how excited? Yeah, I'm not even a football fan. One of the most exciting things to see is a guy return a kickoff for a touchdown. That's good fun right there.
Now, I mean, the NFL has modified it in certain ways now over the years to where like the kickoff is a shorter time, or like the kicker kicks it a shorter length, so that way there isn't as much time for all the players to get in place or run down the field with so much momentum. So they have tried to modify it, if you will, for the safety of the players. But yeah, it's still one of the most crazy plays, that and the punt return.
Yeah, it is. I actually kind of do agree in a sense, not having children necessarily do a full blown kickoff, because getting those kinds of concussions as a child is like that's like irreversible.
Sure, you probably shouldn't be doing that at that age. That's a good point.
I'm about no kickoffs? Yes, we've decided to go without kickoffs because of the concerns raised over concussions, okay? Oh, yeah, we don't want our kids getting hurt playing football, but I think I have a way to make it even better. Why don't we have the players just wear bras? Bras? Yeah, the players should all wear bras. And instead of helmets, they should wear little tinfoil hats, because, you know, it's the future, and we shouldn't be so barbaric.
It's the future. And of course, he's being sarcastic, but nobody is picking on Randy's sarcasm throughout this whole episode. That's Randy's, I guess, his frustration, his problem this episode. He can't stop himself from being sarcastic because nobody picks up on his sarcasm and calls him out on his bullshit. Therefore, it continues to happen, and it gets worse. But let's see what happens here as Randy talks himself into a football coaching position.
How would the bras and tinfoil hats make it safer?
Oh, you're all not getting it. See, while we're at it, we'll have a balloon instead of a ball. And whoever catches the balloon tries to run while all the other players hug. Huh. You think the students would like that?
They're asking this question. Huh. You think the students would like that? Okay.
It's so weird. It's so weird, the feeling of sarcasm going right over someone's head when you're the one being sarcastic. It's half of you wants to laugh at it, and half of you is just like, oh, frustrated that it's like it was.
You're like, is this actually happening?
It's a jarring feeling.
And of course, Randy says, yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, they'd love it. A sport where safety is all that matters? How about we call it Sarcastaball?
Okay, would you mind being the coach of the South Park Sarcastaball team?
Jesus Christ. Yes, I would love to be the coach of the Sarcastaball team.
Yes, I would love to be the coach of the Sarcastaball team. Still not picking up on his sarcasm there.
How is his wife not? She would know.
Right? You would think Sharon would be like, okay, Randy, that's enough. So here we go. Next day now at the Practice South Park Elementary School with the boys. You can see all dressed up in tinfoil bras, and they're going to play the balloon.
Do we really have to wear bras?
Yes, Dan, this is what people want. Don't worry, you look really cool.
I got the balloon, Coach Marshall. What should I do with it?
Oh, try to get it into the end zone, but be really polite about it.
Okay. Excuse me. Pardon me. You guys look terrific.
Butters.
Wow,
You
this
guys
game is
look
great.
terrific.
This game was
This
like
game is great.
It's built for Butters.
The Canadians, dude, the national team in the Olympics would dominate.
Dude, the Canadian. Where's Joe Moran? Shout out to
Yeah,
Joe
where's
Moran.
Joe Moran?
Shout out to Joe. But yes, it definitely, it's all about being nice. So here comes principal, don't you know?
How's it going, Coach?
How's it going? Awesome. Nobody's getting hurt and the kids are learning valuable life lessons because hugging and safety is what the world is all about.
So you're happy with these changes?
Happy? I'm thrilled. Look at how much better this is.
Okay.
Is football safe for your kids? Concerned parent Randy Marsh says,
So this is where it gets taken further. Again, Randy still being sarcastic, and everyone's taking him serious.
no, and has started a movement to reform the sport, gathering followers by the hundreds. Oh, this is good. Nice for you all to turn out in record numbers to show your support for Sarcastaball.
Which Randy does point out, that's a good point here. People won't come out to support things that actually affect their day-to-day lives, bills, city ordinances, events going on in their towns, laws being created. But they'll come out for Sarcastaball because entertainment is the lifeblood of this country, don't you know? If you don't
Wouldn't
have
you come out for Sarcastaball, Matt?
Not really, not for that. I would think it would be sarcastic.
Not for Sarcastaball?
No, I think I would look at that and be like, that's the joke. If you go out, you're the idiot because they're being sarcastic. Like, I feel like the joke is on you for showing up.
Oh, I'm showing up, baby. What's the name? South Park Cows? Let's go Cows.
With our kids getting knocked on the ground and tackled, let's make Sarcastaball the official school sport nationwide. Go on, pat yourselves on the back. Showing just how much one concerned parent can do, Marsh then found himself in front of the leaders of Washington.
Now this is great. This is great. You're gonna make my point here. We got a war going on. We got this going on. But yeah, let's change the football game. I think is what he says.
Yeah, let's do that. We got an economy in the toilet, a big election coming up, but this country's #1 priority should be making football safer.
It should. It should.
And everybody agrees with him here. Obama. Now the kids.
This is ridiculous. Are we really going to go out there and play North Park like this?
I can't even remember if we're supposed to hug the fullback or compliment him. I'm so confused.
It's a good point. That is a great
Oh,
point.
my.
Are they supposed to hug him or are they supposed to compliment? I don't know. All right, let's jump ahead here as Butters going to give a heartwarming speech to prep his guys, pump them up.
We've been practicing and getting ready for this game, and you fellas just want to quit? We don't even understand how this game is played. This great game isn't about plays. It's about sportsmanship and compassion. And when I look around this locker room,
Butters.
well, I see some of the nicest, most compassionate guys I've ever met. Or Token, you're nicer than anybody I know. And Clyde, well, you give better hugs than anyone out on that field.
That's true.
Are we just going to let North Park walk away with a victory because we...
I love that reaction from Garrett.
Let's go back.
than anybody I know. And Clyde, well, you give better hugs than anyone out on that field.
That's true.
Are we just gonna let North Park walk away with a victory because we think they know how to be nicer than us? Being nice is about what's inside you. When your enemy is nice to you, you just be nice right back.
Reach down.
And if they give you 2 balloons, well, you give them 3. Yeah. And when they try, thank you for those balloons, you say, I don't need any thanks. I did it because it was the right thing to do. And then you give them a smile. Yeah. And when that other team tries to come at you, that's when you gotta reach deep down. Right down to your creamy center. That place inside you where all the gooey, happy, loving goo sits, and you just gotta use that to be the nicest, most compassionate player you've ever been, and let the world know that we will not go down so easy. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Fucking Butters. He's got him all motivated. Even Cartman. All right, do this.
I almost in tears. Was trying not to bust up laughing in the middle of that clip. Oh yeah.
Oh, it was great.
You know this episode of the podcast is starting with part of that clip with the creamy gooey goodness.
Creamy goodness.
That's one. So you had asked earlier what my all-time favorite South Park episodes were. I'm gonna go not episodes. I want to say that's one of my all-time favorite South Park moments right there is Butters doing the whole speech up there with the creamy gooey goodness.
Well, as I mentioned before, the NFL is going to adapt this. So here's Roger Goodell announcing they're changing to Sarcastaball.
Football. Oh, but why stop there? Since football is so barbaric, we should change too. So let's give a big welcome to the new coach of the Denver Broncos, Randy Marsh.
So, of course, Roger Goodell is being sarcastic. Randy's being sarcastic. Everybody's being sarcastic now, but no one's picking up on it.
Congratulations, Marsh. Good job.
Oh, thank you, Commissioner. I'm thrilled to be a part of this. Thanks.
Nice going.
Yeah, no, you nice going.
Hey, guys, how about a nice picture to welcome in the future of sports?
Welcome.
Okay, so now... go ahead.
Hold on, Matt. This is a brilliant play on the fact that everyone involved in a lot of these things is completely full of shit and looking each other. How many conversations do you think happen in these worlds where people are looking each other dead in the eye and just knowing they're talking about some straight up nonsense and just carrying the conversation on anyways?
No, it's true. They're just being nice for the sake of being nice,
and they
kind of thing.
And they both know they're just like being full of shit.
Right. No, that is true. So now here's the game. I believe, I want to say it's this game. It's CeeLo Green is going to sing the song. I love Sarcastaball. It's so much better than football.
Welcome to the inaugural game of the National Sarcastaball League. As we bring you today's matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, looking good, guys. Let's kick some butt.
Give him hell, Coach. Loving, not shoving.
Oh, yeah, good one. And now, here are your Denver whoop-de-do girls.
Whoop-de-fucking-do girls.
Woo! Woo! Go Broncos, go! Whoop-de-do!
And now, here to sing the Sarcastaball anthem, recording artist CeeLo.
I love Sarcastaball. It's so much better than football.
Wow.
Dude, I sing that
CeeLo.
song. I sing this song so much to myself. I love Sarcastaball.
I'm so glad they got rid of violence in sports. Cause Sarcastaball is so super fun to watch.
Woo! Nice job, CeeLo. Good to see you on TV some more. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all your hit song.
Of all your hit song.
I'm a big fan of all your hit song.
Yeah, exactly. So moving forward here into the episode now, as you saw, Butters, he motivated the team, right? And because of this, now Randy has, of course, left for the Denver Broncos. This leaves a spot at the head coach position, and the boys realize that they want Butters to be their head coach. So Butters takes over as the South Park head coach. That night, Butters has a wet dream and saves his creamy goo, which is actually semen, but he's unaware of this because his father always avoids answering what it is. His father basically tells him it's his creamy goo. So Butters collects it, thinking it's something important that you retain. Yes, let's jump now back into Butters being convinced to take over the position of the head coach for the Sarcastaball football team.
Taking professional Sarcastaball really seriously. Well, we might as well call up Lakewood and tell them we forfeit.
We can't!
We don't have a coach, Kyle. Who needs a coach? We have Butters.
Huh?
Hey, yeah. The guy is right. From now on, you're team captain, Butters. You lead us to victory.
Oh, geez, no, I don't know, fellas.
Butters, you understand this game better than anybody.
Yeah, but I can't be team captain. I suck at everything.
Not at this, you don't. What about that creamy filling you talked about? That gooey goodness inside you that makes you the butteriest Butters we know.
This is funny. This is Butters' response. I forgot about this here.
That's in there. It's overflowing sometimes.
His tongue.
It's in there. It's overflowing sometimes. And
Butters creamy goo.
Out. With Butters with his tongue out. It's funny.
Butters creamy goo.
So as I mentioned, here's now Butters asleep at night.
Butters!
And Butters has a wet dream from all the excitement.
Butters!
Love you too, ladies.
Oh, Butters, you know how I feel
He steals Hans girl Wendy from him in this dream.
about the captain of sports teams. Leave him alone, Wendy. He's mine.
What? Oh.
So he
Here's
wakes
that creamy
up.
goo.
Here's that creamy goo, and he wakes up.
Oh.
Dad! It
It's
happened
overflowing.
again. More of my creamy goo came out.
Oh, well, that's okay, Butters. Remember what we talked about? Sometimes our happy, creamy feeling just gets so full it comes out at night.
I was having happy dreams about a girl.
All right, Butters, it's happy feelings. Let's just not talk about it.
I mean, that's true. Usually you don't talk about your wet
That's going to
dreams.
come back to bite him in the ass.
It is true, but he should have. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the father should have explained what his body was going through sexually. Otherwise, Butters just thinks it's a creamy thing.
That's why he goes and tells an entire
Yep.
Sarcastaball team full of people to let their creamy goo out.
Let their creamy goo out.
Okay, Dad.
So, of course, Butters collects this creamy goo.
Ooh, save that for later.
That's disgusting.
He's got literally an entire,
Vial?
he's got more than that vial.
Right. No, we got a whole freaking fridge that we'll get to here. So here's the NFL players playing Sarcastaball. I see Peyton Manning with the balloon there at the time playing for the Broncos. And then you can see Denver Broncos and Steelers players hugging each other.
Manning has the ball. He's saying some really great things about the other team. Manning met by LaMar Woodley. He's giving the balloon to Woodley. The referee comes in. Oh, the referee is calling that a touchdown. Oh, wait, now another official is signaling that's a safety. Oh,
It's a
yeah, nice
fucking
going,
field goal.
replacement refs. They're going to have to sort this one out with the side judge. F it, it's a f***ing field goal. Yeah!
Fuck it. Just who cares?
Who cares? Fuck it. It's a fucking
Fuck
field
it. It's a
goal.
field goal.
Of course, now Randy Marsh going to have the proposed press conference here now after the game.
Coach, 3-0 victory over the Steelers. You must feel like a real winner.
Yeah, well, the other team was just so awesome on offense, I was really scared.
Coach Belichick says, no way we can beat the Broncos. They've had the same coach for almost a day.
Oh, yeah, I'm just the guy who invented Sarcastaball. There's no way I know how to coach it.
Guess we'll find out on Sunday.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen up. Forget about the day off. We need to practice tomorrow. Practice on Monday after a victory? Great. That's good, Peyton, but we need to get better. Practice on Monday? That's just what I want to do. That's it.
That's it. We need to come in on a Monday and we need to practice being more sarcastic and being more of an asshole, guys. How are you doing yourselves here?
Peyton Manning would be good at this. He's a pretty nice guy.
Right? So following this scene here, Brandy, of course, is confronted now by Sharon Marsh, who thinks something is wrong with Randy's brain because he's so sarcastic. Cartman seeks Butters' help for Sarcastaball since he's the coach, and Butters gives Cartman some of his semen, which he thinks is his creamy goo. Cartman drinks the semen and thinks he feels better.
Oh, well.
Then at a South Park game, it's shown that everyone is drinking Butters' semen. And then Randy and Sharon go to the doctor where they find out that Randy will always be sarcastic. Randy and the doctor, both being sarcastic, come up with the idea to take the money from cancer and other genetic disease research and make commercials about how sarcasm might be bad for the brain. Oh my gosh, as they take sarcasm here to the next level. All right, so let's jump here now into Cartman having a conversation with Butters about needing to find his creamy goo.
Because I'm no good at Sarcastaball. I suck at being nice and polite. I'm so good at sucking, I should work at a Thai massage parlor.
Oh no, Eric, you're a great player.
No, I just don't have the mojo you have, Butters.
Oh, well, Eric, I told you, everyone has a creamy feeling inside them, where all the feelings of compassion and joy come from. Oh, didn't your dad ever tell you that?
I don't have a dad.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. Well, everyone has a creamy feeling, Eric, and some people have so much of that feeling that it comes out sometimes. A lot of times when I go to sleep, and especially if I'm having wonderful dreams that make me feel really good.
Butters explains to Cartman about his wet dreams here.
I love how Butters is always like ahead in the growing up phases and the
Right.
yeah, it's so funny how it's weird. His personality, you would think the opposite, but he's always like slightly ahead of them in all these things.
He encounters the more adult-like situations more common than they do. Yeah, exactly. Whereas the kids just end up in crazy, over-the-top, like life-threatening situations. Butters ends up in these sexual situations.
He's like hitting puberty way earlier than the rest of them.
Right?
Sometimes I wake up, and when I wake up, I realize some of my goo has come out. Oh, geez, there's a lot this time. But I always make sure I keep it, just in case I ever run out of all my happy sunshine feelings.
You save it all?
Okay, here's the disgusting part, Darren, you were talking about is Butters is going to show Cartman his semen bank that he's got.
My goo doesn't come out every night, but I sure do seem to have a surplus of it.
Boy, does he have a surplus of it. Oh, my goodness.
It gets worse.
Oh, I know. But he's got a lot of cum.
Yeah, he's
Do you think your goo might work on someone else?
I don't know. I never really thought of it that way.
Okay, so this is what I mean. That's impressive. He's a child. This is what I mean about hitting puberty before the rest of them. Look at that closet. This is a child we're talking.
It's stockpiled. Of course,
I didn't even realize it before. I'm impressed.
Right? Here's Cartman out drinking the goo.
Yeah, you get it, Cartman.
It's kind of a grapey, bleachy flavor.
Do you feel warm and compassionate?
Holy shit, I think I do.
Who did Trey and Matt have to ask what does cum taste like to write that line?
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
I imagine they have a pretty good standing, like, comedic relationship with their staff, so it wasn't hard, I'm sure. But
so here's Randy now on Jim Rome is Burning, when Jim Rome was a thing, as he's discussing Sarcastaball.
Welcome back to Rome. We're going to talk some Sarcastaball. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk Sarcastaball because it's really compelling. Joining me now is the coach of the Denver Broncos and the inventor of Sarcastaball, Randy Marsh. Thanks for calling in, Randy. Really happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's awesome to be on your show.
Randy, first off, thanks for taking a sport that we all love and turning it into a sarcastic nightmare. Way to go. Thanks, Jim, because it's totally what I intended. You know, when I came up with the idea, I was sure it was going to end up like this. Well, it certainly makes for an exciting game. How about last night's nail biter that ended 0-0? That's a game I want to watch twice. That's a game I want to watch 4 times. Check that. I'll watch that game 5 times.
Good luck on Sunday. I'm sure that'll be another game that I could watch 12 times. Check that. 13 times.
Thanks, Jim.
Check that. 13 times.
check that 13 times. I have a hard time watching a football game once. 13? Wow.
Wow. Here's, as I mentioned, Sharon now going to come to Randy, and they're going to come to the conclusion he can't stop being sarcastic here.
Randy, aren't you going to come join your family for dinner?
Oh, yeah, I've totally got time to do that, Sharon. In fact, how about I go downstairs and make a 4-course meal for all of you? Check that, a 7-course meal.
Randy, something's happened. Are you unable to stop being sarcastic?
Oh, right, I can't stop being sarcastic now.
I'm telling you, Randy, I think this sport is doing something to your brain.
Right, it's doing something to my brain, and now I can't stop being sarcastic.
Do you mean that?
Yes, I totally mean it. Help me, Sharon.
Help me, Sharon.
Help me!
All right, so here's some more Sarcastaball with the boys and
Oh, there's
Butters.
Billy.
And Billy.
Let those two
No,
players
it's,
give
no,
their
he's not.
quarterback a kiss.
Oh!
Cartman, you idiot!
Stay positive, Stan. All right, guys, cuddle up.
There's
Cuddle
Billy.
up.
Cuddle up instead of huddle up.
Cuddle up, Billy!
Now, what is going on out there?
That kid is provoking us. He's saying mean things to try and piss us off. Yeah, we need more of your mojo, Butters.
Oh, all right, here you go.
Cartman's bra is like twice the size of the rest of theirs. That's funny.
They're all drinking his creamy goo.
Or like, Cartman actually has a bigger bra than the rest of them.
And it doesn't make sense because his mom is probably the thinnest out of all of them, so she probably isn't the packing. Like Stan's mom is the one that we've seen in the past is usually the one that's been packing. Beeps.
Okay, but Cartman's got some pretty big titties himself. Is the
Oh,
point.
that's fair. Here's Randy getting a X-ray test on his brain. Or what we called an MRI, maybe? Something like that. Yeah.
Or a CT scan.
CT scan, there you go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marsh, but there appears to be permanent damage. Oh boy, this is great.
You can't just...
Go ahead.
Nothing. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay.
My week just keeps getting better.
How do we fix this, Doctor?
You don't. I'm sorry. There just isn't enough research in how sarcasm affects the brain. So that's it. I should just go home and forget about what this sport has done to me. Let thousands of people play Sarcastaball and get hurt too. Oh, really? You think there's a correlation between sarcasm and Sarcastaball?
I like this. Now the doctor gets sarcastic.
Here he goes.
Really? That's fascinating. Please, go on. No, Sarcastaball has nothing to do with it. I just really enjoy being sarcastic, and so I must be finding an excuse. You know, I have a 50-year-old Alzheimer's patient out in the waiting room who can't even remember his family, but let's forget about him and focus on how Sarcastaball might be damaging people's brains. My son is out there playing that game. It's heartwarming to see you have such high regard for his safety. Okay, well, I've got a better idea. Let's get all the funding for cancer research and genetic diseases. Let's take all that money and make commercials that say, "Hey, America, sarcasm might not be such a great thing for your brain."
Now, of course, this is them parodying the NFL at the time was making commercials about concussions and stuff like that, and this is the joke. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? The dudes running at each other at 20 miles an hour, crashing into each other? That's bad for your brain and your body? What?
He believes he's baking a cake.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Sharon's still like baffled, like what the hell just happened here? I don't understand.
This is most of us like just watching TV and sports news and
right.
TV.
So after meanwhile, as we mentioned, that being confronted and the doctor showing that everyone is drinking Butter's semen. Randy and Sharon then go to the doctor where they find out that Randy will always be sarcastic. Randy and the doctor, both being sarcastic, come up with the idea to take the money from cancer and other genetic diseases research and make commercials about how sarcasm might be bad for the brain. Now, soon after, Jim Rome starts recommending a new product for Sarcastaball, Butters Cream New. And we get a commercial. At yet another South Park game, Randy tries to stop Stan from playing more Sarcastaball. After he protests, Randy tells the crowd trying to not be sarcastic that Sarcastaball should stop. And then this leads to Stan telling his dad to relax and drink some of Butter's creamy goo. And then Randy drinks it and goes, "This is cum." And then Butters is confronted by his parents and he becomes grounded for 2.5 months and a week. Despite Butters having no idea what cum is when asked, the father says he will answer it when he gets older. And then when Butters falls asleep, he gets an erection, yells for his father. His father tells him that it is his family compass, and it's pointing up because it's his friend. And then Butters promptly tells his dad for telling him. Basically, Butters went for an erection, and his dad says it's his compass, and which is just
his dad is like the worst parent I've ever you will ever see. Butters' dad is. It's so like from the start of when South Park started all the way to the end. Butters' dad is just horrible.
He's a menace. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's Jim Rome now.
Burst of energy to get me through a game. That's when I reach for a bottle of this.
Butters Creamy Goo.
Butters Creamy Goo. You play hard. You need a sports drink that gives you that extra boost. Sports these days are all about being nice. So take your game to the next level with Butters Creamy Goo. You'll be filled with feelings of good tidings and be nicer than a ray of sunshine. Get with it and get...
He does the
he squirts it on his face.
Lance Armstrong. We'll rewind that. Here it is again.
Nice. So take your game to the next level with Butters Creamy Goo. You'll be...
So here's Lance Armstrong.
The sound of me
popping. Here's him now throwing it in his face.
Filled with feelings of good tidings and be nicer than a ray of sunshine. Get with it and get the goo. Butters Creamy Goo is chock full of all the essentials an athlete needs. Commitment, compassion, and camaraderie. And now it's available in quart size.
This part's the best with
Why
Tom
couldn't
Brady.
they have spelled them with a U?
This part's the best with Tom Brady, where he drinks like a full big bottle of
Gatorade, but that's gross.
Here we go.
When I get hot and tired, only one thing can boost my compassion. Now I'm back in the game. Go and chug a bottle of Butters Creamy Goo. Best served just above room temperature.
Best served just above room temperature.
Thumbnail.
Butters Creamy
Go back
Goo.
to that frame. I don't know if you can get that frame right there at the end with the coach.
Now I'm back in the game. Go and chug a bottle of Butters Creamy Goo.
Best served just above room temperature.
Oh, that's so... That last frame, though, with the coach, the picture kid.
My compassion.
I don't know if I can pause on that. Let me see.
Now I'm back in the game. Go and chug a bottle of Butters.
His face. That is one of the funniest screen caps in South Park history. I swear to God, when he was drawing that part of the animation right there with the face, I would have printed one of these and like put it on someone's wall in the office or something great. In the morning. Just here you go.
Butters Creamy Goo. Best served just above room temperature.
All right, so now we're at the football game. As I mentioned, Randy's going to try and get his son Stan to stop playing sarcastic because he has become a victim of sarcasm and does not want this menacing, mental anguish to be laid upon Stan for being too sarcastic.
42, red 13, sunshine and happy thoughts, sunshine and happy thoughts, hunt. Oh no, that kid's going to intercept it. Good job, kid.
Stop.
I forgot about that part. That's
right. No, he didn't.
Randy just shows up and takes out a kid on the football field.
Shit. I forgot about that.
Me too, because it comes out of nowhere. It's so fast. He
doesn't say anything.
Let's rewind.
Oh no, that kid's going to intercept it. Good job, kid.
Stan!
Okay, here's Randy.
Stan!
Dad?
Get in the car, Stan. We're going home.
We're sorry, Stanley. We don't want you playing this sport anymore.
Hey, get off the field, okay?
As I mentioned, Randy's going to give a heartfelt speech here about sarcasm. I'm not going to play all of it, but here's a snippet of it.
We're safe.
Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything about the kid getting ran over by the car.
Yeah, nobody cares about the kid. Nobody.
Dave, that we should have every kid play it. Sorry, hang on. Gotta not be so sarcastic. Let me try that again. Listen, everyone. If you let your kids play Sarcastaball, you're a f***ing genius. Cut. Sorry. Try this again. Look, what I'm trying to say is we should have like 10 Sarcastaball leagues because then everyone... God damn it!
Stanley, just get your things and come on. We're going home.
Whoa, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, we're your parents. We can't tell you what to do.
Don't you see what this sport has done to your father? Do you want to end up like him?
Oh, right, like he doesn't exaggerate every disease he gets.
Oh, Randy, it's happening.
Randy's so worried about these. He just ran a kid over with his car.
Right.
And this whole time he's so worried about the kid.
Yeah, it's a good point. So Stans, of course, can tell his dad to chill out and drink some Butter's creamy goo.
Sport that has no violence? Is it so hard for you to believe that when Butters says competitiveness can be compassionate, he's being completely sincere?
I don't see how anyone could play this game with any sincerity.
That's because you're too grumpy and negative to believe it. What you need is a sports drink that can boost your levels of caring and goodness. Yeah, Dad,
Butter's creamy
you need
goo.
some of this.
All right, so Randy, of course, is going to take
It's
a
like
drink.
Michael Jordan's good stuff.
Here comes Randy, takes a drink. And then he goes,
This is cum.
The gulping. Go back and listen to the gulping sound effect. I'm sure you don't want to, but
This is cum. And you can just sit here in your room and think about what you've done. Just because people try and make football a little safer by changing a kickoff rule doesn't mean you need to take it to, why don't we just drink each other's cum? Sarcasm like that is homophobic, chauvinistic, and completely lacking in maturity. Any questions?
What's sarcasm and what's cum?
We'll talk about that when you're older. Come on, everybody. Let's work on that kickoff change and get back to some football.
you got him into this mess, sir.
right? You didn't tell him what it was, and therefore it's your fault.
Yeah, like I said, worst dad of all time. Like poor Butters, like he would be so psychologically damaged already at this point in his life with a dad like that. Butters is like the mentally strongest human being ever because he was not told why there was creamy goo coming out of him in the middle of the night for no reason. Told him his dick was a compass, and
well,
then
we haven't got there.
Yelled at by the person that told him that.
No, he's about to tell him about the compass thing. He hasn't told him yet. But yes, overall for the episode, yes, he's a bad piece of shit.
Oh no, I just mean like total his childhood total. Like his dad just like has fucked with him so much, and then he just in a constant state of fucking with him and then grounding him for not knowing better.
Right. So here's the episode now wrapping up as Butters is going to be listening to the Jim Rome show.
Welcome back to Rome. Some of you might have seen me on TV last night. Turns out the drink I endorsed was semen. Turns out a little kid was just being sarcastic. That kid's probably grounded for a month. Check that. I'm sure he's grounded for 2 months. And a week. Football needs to be made safer, so why don't we have players in bras drinking semen? Yeah, that's a fastball right there. That's a real stroke of philosophic genius. War, little kids drinking semen to finally bring back real football, and I don't know what else to say, but so long, Sarcastaball. It was nice knowing you. Let's just hope nothing like this ever happens again. Probably won't. Not for another year. Check that. A couple days.
Now.
Dad! Hey, Dad!
What?
My wiener's all stiff and pointy.
Oh, well, Butters, that's just the friendly compass. See, whenever you have friends in the area, your little compass there tells you where they are. It's pointing up because Jesus is your friend.
Thanks, Dad.
Wow. Just wow. Thanks, Dad.
It's pointing up because Jesus is your friend, Darren. It's Jesus is your friend. All right. Well,
I got better get down on my knees and start pleasing Jesus.
That's true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, That's going to do it for this edition of SMB, a South Park review. We'll be coming up next week with Raising the Bar. What happens when Cartman finally comes to the conclusion that, you know what? He's fat. And you know what? He's going to get himself a mobility scooter. Meanwhile, the rest of the world seems to be losing their mind as they're just putting over any and everything type of reality TV show. And Tolkien, of course, is looking to capitalize on it. What happens when James Cameron comes to town? Can he save us? Find out next week on another edition of SMB, a South Park review. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed, and you'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review.